For doctors, when a child is not expected to live. Learning that their child is not expected to live is one of the most difficult things a parent will ever have to face. The death of a child brings with it the loss of a future, hopes, dreams, and potential. As a doctor, your empathy and sensitivity, alongside your clinical knowledge and skills, can make a huge difference to parents at this incredibly difficult time. When is the right time to break the news? When a child is not expected to live, families tell us they prefer medical professionals to share this news with them as soon as possible, giving them time to process the information and consider arrangements for palliative care, making memories, and other end-of-life issues. Delivering bad news. The first principle for doctors when communicating with parents should always be honesty. While it's important to be supportive and helpful, avoid giving false hope. Families need to be able to trust what's being said. Clear communication in bite-sized chunks, avoiding euphemisms and medical jargon, can help families understand more fully and accurately. Be aware of your body language and how it might come across. For example, just shaking your head to indicate that things aren't good could be confusing or upsetting. Parents need time to digest what you're saying, so make sure you give them your undivided attention. Hand your phone over to someone else and avoid being rushed. Check understanding. Even if you've tried to communicate clearly and unequivocally, families who are in shock may find it difficult to absorb the news. Some parents tell us they find themselves switching off as they struggle with a diagnosis they don't want to hear. This is natural, and they may need you to repeat information later on. It can be helpful to check the family's understanding as you go along, giving them time to take in what you're saying and its implications. You may say, "Is there anything else you want to ask at the moment?" Or, "Shall I carry on?" It's useful usually to have another professional with you, such as a nurse the family knows or a bereavement support professional, both to support you in breaking the news and to help with any questions, particularly after you finish talking to the family. How might a family react? Some parents describe feeling disbelief and extreme distress. They may also experience flashes of reality too awful to contemplate, or numbness and emptiness. They may feel angry with themselves, their partner, medical staff, or even with their child for being ill. Anger and the need to blame someone are common reactions and may also be combined with guilt, feeling that they were responsible for their child's safety and should have been able to somehow prevent what has happened, or even because they will survive their child. Fear is also a common response. Fear of what the future will hold, that their child might suffer, and of how other people might react. None of these emotions is wrong, and it can help parents to have someone to share these feelings with, such as a friend, family, or professional. Helping families with difficult decisions. When a child is not expected to live, families will be faced with a number of difficult decisions and practical considerations. A major decision will be where their child will die. Some families may want their child to die at home, but this may not always be possible. Another possibility is a hospice. Even if dying at home or in a hospice is not possible, families can be offered the chance of spending time with their child in a bereavement suite in a hospice after their child has died. They will need you as a medical professional to advise on the options and the practicalities and the implications of their choice. You may need to talk to the family about arrangements for post-mortem, what this means and how it might affect the funeral arrangements. Other considerations might include care of the child's body, registration of the death, breaking the news to the wider family and community, and the child death review process. It can help to follow up any discussion about procedures that follow the death in writing, so that the family fully understands what will happen and when. Giving families choice. In the days leading up to a child's death, a family may wish to make memories by spending time with their child, participating in the care wherever this is possible, and taking photos together, or perhaps making a memory box. When a child dies, some families may wish to take a handprint or a lock of hair. What's right for each family is deeply personal. The important thing is to make parents aware of the choices available to them without hurrying them. Support for families. Parents are likely to need support from someone who can listen to them talk about the death of their child as they try to make sense of things. They may find this support among friends and family, but some people find it helpful to seek help from a bereavement support professional or a chaplain appropriate to their faith, if they have one. Support for you. The impact of witnessing death, grief, and dying cannot be underestimated. As a medical professional, your health and well-being are critical to the quality of care you're able to provide. If you're feeling burnt out or negatively affected by your work, share your feelings with someone you trust and seek help if you feel overwhelmed. If you need more guidance on how to communicate with families when a child is not expected to live, or if you need help to support yourself, call our helpline 0800 02 888 40.